The the book is really a collection of humor, but I think more kind of with an emphasis on character. So there are longer pieces which kind of feature characters going through an extended period of time, an extended and myriad set of emotions and experiences. And then there are shorter pieces which are more like explicitly humor. I would say it's, you know, a book of humor with an emphasis on character as opposed to emphasis on jokes. I always try to write drama. I write plays and stories, and I always try to write drama, but they end up just coming out funny, I guess, because I can't help myself but put jokes in because I feel entertained by it. So all of my writing is like a constant, difficult reconciliation between trying to create dramatic situations, but then not being able to not put jokes in. Well, with a lot of humor, oftentimes you're coming up with just a kind of funny concept, and then usually the concept kind of then, I guess the expression is writes itself, which just means, I guess for me, that the kind of concept tells you what it wants. Let's say an easy example is like a piece I had in the New Yorker this week about men and dancing, and I thought, oh, it'd be funny to show how men try to avoid dancing throughout history in different cultures. And then kind of writes itself in the sense that the funniest things immediately emerge, like how a football player scoring a touchdown would try to avoid doing a touchdown dance. Things like that immediately emerge, or a jester trying to avoid dancing for the king because he's self-conscious about dancing. So those kind of things immediately seem to emerge. Yeah, I mean, maybe similar writers. Similar writers would probably be along the lines of like Simon Rich, who's a friend, and Teddy Wayne, who's a friend of mine, and I really like George Saunders. Yeah, I like Simon Rich in terms of his structure and content, because he writes. It's usually short humor, but with an emphasis on some kind of theme or character, or an emphasis on maybe a message or commentary on modern society. Yeah, so right now I'm acting in a play that I wrote. It's my third play that I've done that for, both acting and writing, and there's a real similarity to me. It's a seamless kind of transition. I write the play, I'm experiencing all of the emotions as I write it and thinking about the characters, and then I do the play, and it's a similar experience. It's just more explicit and louder, and the writing is the same thing. I kind of think about the characters. The first set of stories in the book are about this boy who's struggling to kind of connect with his mother, and I feel for him in the same way I'd feel for him if I was playing him in a play or something. And also I feel for his mother, who's the second character in that story. And so I do feel like not only are they related, but it feels the same. I think I speak quickly, so I think people probably have the illusion that I'm smarter than I am, but that's just because I speak quickly, because I don't know why. I don't know, it probably comes from some horrible trait that I should get over. But I have the illusion of maybe being that. Well, when I was young, yes, I think I liked the Chris Van Allsburg's books. I don't know why, but I think actually somebody gave me a Polar Express, and it came with like a little bell in it, and I was so excited to have the bell and the book, and I loved his books. Yeah, I actually haven't thought about them in years. And still now thinking about it, it's like evokes this kind of, there was something really dark about those books, and something kind of like haunting about those books, even though they were ultimately children's stories. Yeah, I just finished Miranda July's new book, and I really like her stuff. I would, I guess, like to meet her, although I imagine it must be, there's something like lonely about all of her characters, and I think maybe she wouldn't want to meet somebody else, because it would cancel out whatever she uses to write. I just read. Actually, I just had to read out loud 10th of December for this George Saunders festival at DePaul. So I've been reading Escape from Spiderhead, which is a short story in the 10th of December. And I had to record myself reading it, so I not only know it very well, but I can probably recite it. And I just think it's a phenomenal book.